Hello, welcome to my channel and thank you for being here. Firstly, I must just apologize for the setting. My house is still being subjected to ongoing renovations and it's going to be continuing for quite a while. So my life is a bit, my world is a bit upside down and I'm being sort of moved from pillar to post as the renovations progress. So today I continue the 1820s settler unsettled series theme in today's talk, and the first image, the caption reads, Grahamstown Cathedral. According to current Ndlambe descendants, this was the site of Ndlambe's great kraal, Grahamstown. Well, today Makanda. And so, yes, a familiar site of the cathedral, sort of taken from the back with the university further ahead on the other side of the cathedral. And I rather liked the, the elephant, the flying elephant to the right. Probably influenced my choice of perspective. But I also imagined in this big square parking lot, the sort of it being the epicenter of the Ndlambe Great Kraal. And I always uh, like to recall that the location of uh, Grahamstown, as I'll use that word because of the garrison that Grahamstown was, and is still a military garrison in Grahamstown to this day, Makanda. The physical location of this town, as those of you have been to the festival or the university there or live there or live in the Eastern Cape and are familiar with this place, physically lends itself to human occupation. The Boers were there, in fact, before the British. They were Boers. They're still architectural buildings and the remnants of Boer buildings that were there. We know that indigenous buildings are far less permanent. So it's quite easy to imagine that this was a place that was continuously occupied for eons. It's protected in that cup that Grahamstown is, the structure, the physical structure of Grahamstown. From the elements, it has a river running through it. Yes, Ndlambe's great kraal probably was there. It's believable. And now the cathedral dominates. And one wants to imagine the battle that we'll talk about later for Grahamstown, 1819 battle, to regain control of this quite strategic location and remove the settlers back then. So yes, I am quite fond of this image. I think just as a photograph as well, it's certainly helped many people see Grahamstown a little bit differently from the way that one normally imagines it. The second image, and I'm talking about 4 images. So the second image, the next 3 are related. They are interlinked. I believe, yes, they are interlinked. And the second image, the caption reads, the first building in Grahamstown to be used as a jail in the 1820s. In 1824, it was converted into a school and later a library. And again, indebted to the historian Jeff Perez for these quite particular captions that accompany the images. And yes, it's interesting, that the colonial project, the first amongst the first built environment that they embarked on were forts and prisons, because the resistors had to be imprisoned and educated not to resist, and so throughout the colony, prisons are a major feature, um, and in Grahamstown as well, you know, in that prison, was another prison that I photographed, but isn't part of this my monograph, but I have the image, is of the Panopticon. I hope I'm pronouncing it properly. The Panopticon prison concept, which was the British. I forget the name of the originator of that concept, but now it was when I was last there, a coffee shop, in this rather grim environment of settler prison at that point, colonial project prison, in which the prisoners could be observed from one point. In the contemporary world, we've taken that to the extreme in surveillance, which is at the heart of capitalism and the heart of the imperial project. Is everybody is surveyed now. So it's this originator's wet dream literally is happening today. This content is probably being surveilled, and so we have, we're all in a prison. if you take the analogy to its logical conclusion. So the third image is the same, but it's another perspective. The old goal in Grahamstown, built in 1823. So, and the fourth, just yet another perspective, says the old goal in Grahamstown, built in 1823. So I have three, one after the other in this this book, to, I suppose, drive home the point that when you are imposing yourself on other people, you need to imprison them, in large rates, and make them see the errors of their ways of resisting. And so hopefully we'll move on to some lighter images and topics, although this is a dark saga, and it's not that easy to be light about it. I do try, though. So I'll end this talk now and say thank you for watching. And more information on myself and my work can be found on my website, a link to which, including my blog and email address, can be found in the video description below. If you like this talk, remember to click the like button and to share, and press subscribe. It's free and it helps the channel grow. Thank you.